went to my dad's house. He did like a event this past weekend where him and my stepmom, they sell like barbecue. They're both retired and they're enjoying the good life, you know, where you don't have to punch in nobody's time clock and you can live by your own rules, so to speak, as far as when it comes to employment. And they had some leftover food because they always cook more than enough. You know, you always want to have more. And I am blessed to be able to go over here and get some of these good old ribs that my dad fixed. And knowing him, I'm probably going to leave more than just a slab of ribs. So come with me over there. Let's go and see what they got. And maybe you can meet my dad and my stepmom. Let's see if they good to be on camera. But I'll put y'all down for right now, because safety first. I always forget to put my little camera thing up on my car, so that way I won't have to hold my my phone. But all right, so I will see y'all when I get there. Hey, HK, yeah, we do it our way. Homestead dreams with a little sass sway. It's the Homesteading Kontessa. Come on, take a peek. HK. This is my dad. Say hi, Dad.
Hello.
And these some good old ribs I'm about to take home. Look at this fancy device. So this like a rotisserie too?
Yeah.
It smells good. What is this, like pork roast? Look good. You gotta come over here and get spoiled.
Yeah, cause we're gonna take some and make some tacos.
Oh, that's gonna be good. See, my dad's the best barbecue person. So guys, I'm back home. About to take me a bubble bath. I got me some Dr. Jill. If you know, you know. This one is the vitamin C. I used to try to do the orange one, like if I take like a day bath. I usually take showers in the morning and I take baths at night to feel good. And then my morning is to get clean. This right here is usually the one I use for nighttime. Something like this, either this or like a lavender. This is like an oatmeal and cucumber extract, but I use the vitamin C. I don't think the vitamin C, this one has like, it would say something about energy. You know how they say like the oranges. No, this one just say helps promote glowing skin or glowing youthful skin and uplifts mood. I love it. I'm glad I picked this one today. I think I might do me a little face mask too. Don't want to do an overnight mask. I think we will go for the green tea. The green tea mask. I like to do a mask for like self-care. Wear one of my little spy headbands right here. It's gonna be the cow print for the win. Maybe I'll do this one for the win. We'll do this and the purifying green tea cream mask. So this weekend, guys, I didn't really do nothing. I binge watched some, what did I watch? All Her Fault. Have y'all seen that on Peacock? It is so good. My water got a little more to go. So, but I watched All Her Fault on Peacock. That was really good. And I ended up watching what else? The Bel Air. I watched. I binge watched. I watched the whole I think season 4. I didn't even know they had episodes, and I think they're down to the finale. So I'm excited about seeing that finale because it's getting really good. But this week, guys, I don't have much planned. I am going to, once I take my bath, I'm going to pull out my planner and just try to see what can I do as far as my goal reaching. Just see what kind of mini goals that I can set. It's always good to do like a mini goal, you know. You have your big goals, right? But then you want to do your mini goals too. The mini goals, they help you achieve those big goals because once you achieve a goal, it's like you want to keep going forward and you're like, okay, I did that. What's next? So I'm on the what next phase. I want to do something. I don't know. Don't know exactly what it is. My garden is doing what it's supposed to do. It's growing. The chickens are good and fed. I might make some goals for my porch farm stand. I'm not having any luck really with people coming by. Part of the reason is just not knowing I'm here. My neighbors know I'm here, but only one really asked. Nobody really wants to just, I don't know, people are just not used to the community and something so open like that. I think that's what it is. It's not anything that's different. Is like, I guess it's not popular, you know. So I don't know. I gotta brainstorm with that and see how I can really make my porch farm stand work. I'm gonna do like a sign to put like on the end of the road that I'm gonna make because I don't want to put one that I paid for on the end of the road just in case somebody take it. But I'll pick you guys up here. Maybe if not later, I'm gonna make this a 2-part video. I'm gonna cut it off now because I got this movie going and I don't want it to be all in the background with what it's saying. But I'm gonna enjoy my bath and I'll see you guys, God willing, tomorrow. I lied to y'all. So I'll go ahead and let y'all come in here with my skincare routine. So people always ask me what I use. Of course, I use my regular girl skin products. You know, I use my turmeric and mango soap, and I use my rose oil serum. I'll try to post a picture up here so you can see my website. But probably every self-care, I like to do a mask. I like to, you know, buy different masks from different brands and use it on my face. That way, I should have took the makeup off. I had like some blush because I love blush. And I have makeup remover, but I don't never use it. I never use it. I just wash my face. But I probably should have did it. See, I'm so backwards. I'm gonna put this on, then I'm gonna have to take off my mascara because I'm old school. I just never got with the lashes. I like them. I like to see everybody wear them and I see some cute. My girls, they wear them, but it just ain't never been my thing. I tried to get them professionally done one time and no lie, I got individual lashes done and I had them taken off. Well, I took them off in the same parking lot where I got them done. When I tell you I took lashes out, my real lashes off, I couldn't drive like that. I had a headache. I felt like I could see them. And they wasn't even dramatic. They were supposed to be natural. It just wasn't for me. Just wasn't for me at all. So, this is a green tea mask. It don't smell like nothing. It just smell like a normal clay mask. I think this is like a wet mask. I don't know if it really dries. Because it's a cream mask. Because usually the cream mask, they don't dry. They just stay moist and you leave it on there 10 minutes. However long you like. I'm gonna just leave it on there while I'm in the tub. And then when I get out the tub, I will rinse it out. And do you guys, you know, one thing I do, I don't use like my sponge or my bath towels or whatever I use to bathe with on my face. Really, half the time I use my hand when I'm rinsing my face or cleaning my face. I did buy like the individual, like these little dry towels, you know. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. And today I'll use it. I'll use it today. But most of the time, I just use my hand. So I know my hand gonna be clean when I use it. And I ain't gotta worry about no bacteria or any, you know, germs. But yeah, do y'all do masks? I know back in the day when I was in middle school, I would do the Noxzema. I loved doing Noxzema. And then I would sleep in it. I literally would sleep in Noxzema. I didn't know I had oily skin like crazy back then. And ever since I have gotten older, and when I studied like self-study, research like the skincare for my business, I found that when you moisturize with oily skin, you actually reduce what your body makes, which is the dirty oils, which cause acne. Because I used to think, okay, I'm not going to oil my skin because, or moisturize my skin because my skin is already oily. It's naturally oily. But those are the bad oils. Those are the natural oils that actually cause bacteria, that clogs your pores. So when you cleanse your face and then you use like an oil serum, or you use like moisturizer creams, then you're balancing your face to where your body won't have to produce the natural oils which cause the acne. So it just came down to a science. So it's like when you get so old and you learn stuff. And like, you know, with me and my homesteading lifestyle, I do like the garden skincare, which what is garden skincare is where I'm trying to grow things that I use in my skincare products, like growing eucalyptus, growing peppermint plants, because I use a lot of peppermint and I use eucalyptus. One thing I want to grow is turmeric. That way I can grind my own turmeric powder. That would take my soap to the next level. What else? I've grew lavender. I used to have a lavender charm lip gloss. Back and forth on making lip gloss again. I put it on my site sometimes. It sells. You know, the people who like it love it. And then some people just have never tried it. What else? I want to do like a rose bush so I can dehydrate my own roses for my rose oil serum. Let's see. Yeah. So that's what I call garden skincare, from the earth, you know, from Mother Nature, from God. You know, it's good. God is good. Look, it went all together. God is good. That wasn't even planned. So, and that's what my skincare product and my brand enables. And the Homesteading Kontessa, I went from being, it was regular girl cosmetics to regular girl skin, which I love those names. They will always hold a dear part to me. I even did like my style boutique when I had got me like a suite, and I was selling like some of everything, making stuff, selling stuff, skincare stuff, and like regular girl cosmetics was like a feature in that boutique. Then when I really started gardening in 2020 and just developing as a adult, as a person, and just realizing what I want to do in life, you know, I am very blessed, I know, to know what I want. At this age, not everybody know what they want, you know. Even in your 40s, some people like, you know, what do I want to do? What am I good at? Some people just don't know, and they're still finding themselves, which is okay. I read a story where the guy who made KFC, he didn't make it until a late age. I think he was in his 60s before he actually did Kentucky Fried Chicken, that's known now KFC. You just can't give up on yourself. And when I decided, like, what do I want myself, my brand to be? And I was like, I love gardening. I'm loving homesteading. I'm loving farming. I like my country roots. You know, I like that my family's from a country town called Nacogdoches, Texas. I like that my my granny, she we call her granny, she cooked and baked from scratch. I like that my big mama, my dad's mom, my big mama, that she liked to can. I love it. So that's why now I'm the Homesteading Kontessa. I had to start my video. There was my son's girlfriend. She was showing me, she's baking cookies in there. She loved Hello Kitty. She got these little Hello Kitty cutouts, and she was showing me like the other cutouts she had. But, yeah, the Homesteading Kontessa. I mean, what represents your brand? When you believe in your brand so much, you put your name on it. I used to be afraid to put my name on my business because you listen to everybody. Don't put your name in your business. If something go on, your name going to be plastered all over the news. And I stuck with that because, you know, that's what we do. We listen to people sometimes, and then we take it. Ain't nothing wrong with listening to people. Don't ever think I'm trying to say it's wrong to listen to people. But what I want, you know, I'm always saying now, let me lower my camera. Now, I want us to normalize just taking feedback, but then thinking, is that what you want to do? Do that speaks to you? So finally, I'm like, you know what? Some people don't like that name. I love my name. I said, my mama, you know how the young folks say, they did their big one. My mom did her big one when she named me Kontessa, because that name is so special. There's not a lot of Kontessas. Growing up, if you said my name, it was only one me. But now I have met some Kontessas. They're spelled with a C. I think I only met one Kontessa that's spelled with a K like mine's. And I love my name, so why not put it in my brand, the Homesteading Kontessa? So if it's gonna be in the news, it's gonna be in the news because it's gonna be the brand. It's gonna be the place to go. You know, I'm talking like Ray's Boom Boom Room. You know, on Life, how he was talking about having that boom boom room and how it's gonna be on and popping and how everybody was gonna be there. That's how the Homesteading Kontessa is gonna be. My brand is gonna be on Charm Farm, where the community is going to come out. They're going to fellowship with me. They're going to come and they're going to buy produce. They're going to come to my classes. They're going to do field trips, get married on my land, come and help with the gardening, volunteer work. I am all in it. I'm going to have volunteer open for externs. I'm going to have it open for kids who want to learn how to garden. Everybody. It's going to be my dream boom boom room. There's going to be a reality because I am living out loud. And if you've been following me, keep following along the journey, because you're going to see, if you've been wanting to follow somebody, to see them in their steps, to see them actually come from the very bottom. And the bottom is not always bad, but a starting point to reach the top. And the top is just your goal. That's all that is. The bottom is where you start. So let's change our view on thinking bottom means run down, nothing. No, that means that's your starting point. The bottom is your starting point. The top is your goals. So you will be able to say, hey, I was with her at the starting point. And I hope it's encouraging you. I hope that you are looking at me, believing in myself, showing up for myself, and thinking, hey, I need to show up for myself too. So this time, for real, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna enjoy my nice bubble bath before it gets cold, and then I'll pick you up tomorrow. We don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, right? We can plan all we want to, but it's a last to guide us, because we don't know what's gonna happen the next minute. So if I'm blessed to see you tomorrow, I'll pick you up on the camera and we'll go from there, and we'll live out loud. See you tomorrow, God willing. Hey, sunflowers. So it's the next day. It is Tuesday. And yes, I put my little car phone holder up. That way I can practice safe driving. But I'm headed to work right now on this beautiful cold morning. What's so beautiful about this morning? Just here, I woke up, and you really gotta appreciate the little things that are really big things, or the big things, because waking up is a big thing. You know, not everybody is gonna be blessed this morning of waking up, and that's really scary to think about. And that's why I try every day to do something that I love, and that and actually live my life, and not say, when I do this, or when I get this, I'm gonna do that. When I blah blah, I'm gonna do this. I'm living, my dream, my comfort zone, my everything that I can at this moment. I'm living it now. Everything I can do with my situation, I'm doing that. So as my situation improves, I'll be able to go even deeper into the things that I enjoy. One thing that I want to, yesterday when I was talking to you guys, I was saying I'm blessed. I'll see you today, and I'm blessed. I'm here, But one thing I wanted to say to you guys is that I was talking about, like, what can I do toward my homesteading goals, and just, my goals, period. I have more than just homesteading goals. I have spiritual goals. And one thing I would like to do is be more active, be more active in my ministry, where, I talk to more people, talk about God, our love for God, and that, see how many people are just waiting on somebody like me to talk to them. So, one thing I like about the ministry is that sometimes you talk to people and they're not ready to talk to you, and that's okay, and then you keep trying, give them a break and go back again. And what I find is you catch people in different seasons. You catch people where maybe at this time they wasn't ready to hear you, but then now something has changed to where they need to hear you. So I just want to be more, active in my ministry, just because, everybody should know God. Like, seriously. If you're a person who's looking at this video right now and you're thinking, oh, she's talking about God, let me click on, then, I wonder, I don't even think anything bad about you. I just wonder what happened to make you feel that way. Because it's always a reason. Even if people say it's not a reason, there's a reason always for everything. So, it don't have to be a good reason, but it's still a reason, So that's one of my goals that I want to work on. On Tuesdays, I have Bible study, like, at the congregation. I want to go, like, in person, more. I always got every excuse, I'll be like, I ain't got no clothes, I'm tired. And it's like, we show up for other things. We need to show up for God. God show up for us every single day that we wake up, to be able to talk to another individual, breathe, and live. So I just definitely want to do more of my part. But that's my spiritual goal. They say put God first. The Bible say put God first, and the rest will be added. So we always try to do everything out of order, and then we wonder why we have disorder. So after that's number one goal. And these are not any New Year's resolutions. This is me all year long. I'm constantly giving myself individual goals, personally, at work. These help us just to be better and to evaluate ourselves and make sure we don't stay stagnant to where we are in the same position to where there's no growth. Without growth, guess what happens? You die. Without growth, anything, you die. if it's a plant without growth, it's gonna die. Once it's reached, its max potential, then you can enjoy the fruits of the labor. And that's what I want to be, kind of like that plant that grows to its max potential, and then I want to reap the benefits of my labor, and I don't want to be growing at my the minimum, because I did the minimum. I don't want to not even blossom because I didn't even try. So that's another goal, just to live at my max potential, and to make sure that I'm always striving to be a better person than I was the day before. I'm never, and I don't mean this in a conceited way, I always try to be mindful of other people to a degree, because people also need to be mindful with me as well. But I don't have a competition with anyone, because if you try to be in competition with the next person, you're gonna find yourself unhappy. I find it's better just to be the best version of you, and then let that person be the best version of them, and then guess what you got? You got some amazing people. No bitterness, no jealousy, just amazing people, And there's one thing I like about, this gardening and homestead community, and I think that's what, besides the peace and tranquility of doing these things, I find that the people that's in this community are really for each other people, constantly trying to teach. It seems like everybody who is doing this will teach you what they know. They can't give you no more, and they won't give you no less. They will teach you, gladly teach you at that, what they know. I don't think I met one gardener, one homesteader that won't teach you what they know. It seemed like they've been waiting all their life. Especially when I have somebody ask me about plants. I tell them everything I know. I tell them the mistakes I made, the mistakes I'm still making. Because gardening is one of those things to where you constantly learn. There's constantly new things out there that's developing. There's constant, changes in the weather. Every year it's like there's a new bug in the garden, something that you got to learn about and how to maintain your garden. It's just always something, Sometimes the elements don't agree with your garden, I remember years ago, it was like one summer, it was so hot, you honestly couldn't outwater the sun. It was so hot, it was catching people's grass on fire. I think this was back in 2021, 22, something like that. It was really hot this summer, and I was out there constantly trying to water my garden, and I didn't get the best yield that year. Nowadays, since, once something happened, a lot of times people in general, when you see something happen, there's like a learning lesson. You're like, okay, what can I do next time to make sure that this don't happen, and you like, I said, okay, if it was to get hot like this again, what can I do to prevent this? And I thought about like a shade cloth, that I can roll back so it can get the sun, because the plants need sun, but too much of it can burn the leaves, which ultimately makes the plant die. So and I said I can just roll it back when it's at this highest hot point. So that's what I'm talking about. You just learn where to plant in your yard, to get the best sunlight, get the best shade at certain times. And it's a constant, moving parts. Like right now, my garden, it's pretty easy to maintain because I only have 3 raised beds. At first, I had 1 raised bed, 1 mini ground section, and lots of grow bags. And that was, a lot to maintain. Just because the grow bags, they require a lot of attention. They lose nutrients because it seeps out the bag, and you constantly got to water it because it's designed to where you really can't overwater it, because it'll just seep out the fabric. So you just constantly had to keep an eye on it. So, but now I got 3 raised beds. It holds its moisture better, and I'm just letting the elements do what it do. So the crops I'm planting or growing right now are cold weather crops. So I need to I want to do some onion slips because I love onions, and I kind of did onions a little bit. I say kind of because I only got 1 bulb because I really didn't know I was doing it. And I got plenty of nice green onions. But I really want to do onions and garlic. Garlic does not agree with me, guys. It don't agree with me. But I'm in traffic, y'all. I just wanted to just tell y'all good morning. It is Tuesday. I'm a dental assistant instructor, so I'm headed to do my 9 to 5, so to speak, and I'm happy to do it. I actually love my job. I have great students. I have a great schedule, and I really like it. I do. It's just not my end goal, but I definitely am appreciative to have a job. I get to go to work. I get to be in traffic, and these are the things I get to do, which I'm so blessed and happy to do these things because some people are currently looking for a job, and it's hard out here, Some people are looking for transportation. I've been through that, before, where I had that moment where I didn't have transportation because I had a bad deal. And I'm a person who's been having transportation since I was 17. I always had a car since I was 17. So that little moment to not have a car, you find yourself, it's not a good feeling when you don't have a car. It makes you really appreciate having a car, which I did before, but it's always good to get humbled a little bit to where you remember, like, it's people out here that don't have cars. You got to depend on people. You spend more gas because you steady pushing out gas to people because you don't want to seem like a burden. You feel like an inconvenience. It's not a good feeling. So if you are watching this and you're in a situation to where you don't have a car, and and you want a car, keep pushing towards it. Make you a little savings for it. Keep looking. Keep pushing. I'm telling you, keep pushing. I'm with you because I definitely know that feeling. And if you're looking for a job right now, update that resume. Make sure your resume, guys, is always up to date. I don't care if you've been at your job 20 plus years, that resume should be up to date because what you don't want to find yourself, because things happen. And when things happen, boy, them tables turn fast. And if you don't have your stuff, your ducks in a row, so to speak, you find yourself out of touch, and you're like, dang, what is a resume? I ain't done a resume in years. Not me. I have a resume, and my resume, I update it every year. I make sure my number is the same. I make sure if any certifications I got is the same. If you move, make sure that's your number. Everything changed. If something changed, moving situation, make sure you put like the new city and state, because we don't put physical addresses on resumes anymore. See, if you're watching this and you still putting your physical whole address on your resumes, then it's definitely, times have changed. We don't even do that no more. We just put city and state because of identity theft. It's always just good to have that resume up to date. It actually is not, once you get a good resume, it's not hard to maintain. If you have it on PDF, just go in there and pretty much just deleting and filling in a blank if you're updating it, you know. And then even just looking at it, like if you don't have nothing to update, just look at it. You may find a mistake. You may find a mistake that you never caught, and just having a resume. So that way, if an opportunity come knocking, or if tragedy, unfortunately, you know, we live in an imperfect world. If it come knocking, you will be ready to go through that door and, you know, look at opportunity. So if you don't have an up-to-date resume, do not be in your comfort zone to where you're like, oh, especially if you're still working for somebody. If you're like self-employed, then this is not for you. If you want to keep a resume done, it won't hurt you. You got time, maybe, you know, maybe because you run your schedule. So my resume is going to be up to date until, you know, I don't work for somebody. I probably won't be one of those people when I am, and then I might, you know, I don't know, who knows. I might still keep my resume up to date, because sometimes people own businesses. It don't mean you don't have another job, you know. It's just this world is set up by humans, because it wasn't set up by God like this, but it's set up by humans like this, where we just have to work, you know. We don't have it. We just put ourselves, sometimes we live beyond our means, you know. Everybody should take a self-reflection and look at your expenses and see, do I need this? Do I need that? Why do I have this? I was just watching a video, and this man, he was talking about, I'd rather have, like, he was talking about, like, women, like, you're a woman, and he was saying something about, I may be getting it wrong, but I'm on the point that he was making. He was like, basically, if he had a purse, he'd rather have not a $5,000 purse and $100 in the purse, but $100 purse or less with $5,000 in it, you know. So, and I like his analogy with that, because he was saying, like, we making Louis Vuitton rich, we making Gucci rich, you know. We're spending all that money. And, you know, I have always wanted me a Louis Vuitton purse, and I'm not going to say that I would never get one, because it's nothing wrong with having luxury items, you know. And, you know, our grandparents, they had luxury things. It just was in a different form. My grandma had china. She had these china dishes that was worth so much money. And we did not eat on those. They was in her hutch, her little china hutch, and they was on display. And that's the kind of stuff they value. Now, our china, so to speak, you know, maybe that luxury purse, maybe electronics, or whatever it may be. And you might not be a, you know, luxury person, wear brands and stuff. But I say all that to say, it's just you need to put things in perspective, you know. Some people might be touched with this, but in my opinion, which, you know, I'm entitled to my opinion, if you have a Louis Vuitton purse, you should not be staying with somebody. Like, you should be in your own place. You should be in your own place, paying some grown folks' bills. Like, you know, these celebrities, hey, to each their own with their kids and these expensive things like that. But when I think about the prices of purses and stuff like that, I'm like, this is actually ridiculous. That don't make sense to charge somebody that much that costs like somebody's mortgage or less. There's people mortgages is cheaper where they live than a price of a purse. It's ridiculous, you know. And it's like, I do own some expensive purses. I don't own a purse that costs more than, I would say, I have never spent more than maybe, I think $400 on a purse. I'm embarrassed. Yeah, I have spent a little bit of money on a purse, and to some people that ain't nothing. I was one year about to get me a Louis Vuitton, but the one I wanted, it was sold out. And like I said, I may still get my Louis Vuitton purse. Do I plan on keeping up with seasons of those purses? No, sir. No, ma'am. It was just a goal of mine to have. And sometimes I reward myself when I reach certain goals of mine. And who knows? By the time I can afford to get one again, I might not even want it just because my mindset has changed so much. But I don't want to talk too much because I don't want y'all to see me out here with a Louis Vuitton purse and be coming for me and say, what? You had a whole video talking about expensive purses. But you get my drift. I'm just basically saying things should be in order, in line. Just make sure that you're not living beyond your means. Make sure you're not making all these expenses for yourself to where you're slaving, to where you have to be at work all the time to pay for these things. The Bible says live a simple life. Live a simple life, because you can't slave for two masters. You're gonna love one, you're gonna hate the other. And if you are constantly at work and you are slaving for these companies, guess what? That spiritual side of you is going to be non-existent, because you're going to be tired. You're going to be tired. If you're tired from one job, let alone when you working too much, working overtime and all that, Now, sometimes you have to do these things. And I'm not saying it, but when you're doing it because you're trying to keep up with a lifestyle, that's what I'm talking about. When you're just trying to keep up in life because, you got to pay these bills because, somebody got to do it. Definitely not talking to you, because, I just pray for resolve that you one day don't have to be in bondage like that to a company to where you don't see a means of an end, and that's what we got to be careful of, because that's like an entrapment. So I said to my sister, we was talking the other day, she came to the house Sunday, my older sister, and I told her, I said, I want my car to be my last reoccurring payment. When I get a home that I buy, I'm actually looking at doing a mobile home, and people may have their things to say about mobile home, and I used to have that same mentality to where I was thinking, oh, mobile homes, whatever, but I view mobile homes now as financial freedom, to be debt free. I do not want a 30-something year mortgage loan. I don't want to be working like that to where I got to pay off 30 years. Is a long time. That is a long time. Now, maybe if I would have did this in my early 20s, then I'll be talking a different tune. But for me and my lifestyle right now and what my goals are, I'm trying to not be stuck into entrapment to where I have to constantly work to pay these bills. Now, and that's the goal. Get me some land. Hopefully I can get some land to where I can pay it off, in a matter of a couple years, or I can even find something I can pay off right off one payment. That's cool too. And I'm searching. I know what's for me is gonna be for me. I don't even know how God gonna bless me with that. That ain't my business. My business is just to be obedient, do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm going to have those things that's gonna be good for myself, my family, my community. See, my dreams and my wants are not selfish wants. My wants are always going to benefit a lot of people. It's not going to just benefit me. It's going to benefit my family to come. It's going to be a generational type of land to where I can leave it to my kids. My kids can leave it to their kids. And finally, we have generational to benefit from all the things I would have developing that they could be a part of, which is fresh food, fresh, produce, clean meats, just fellowshipping together, coming together to learn how to build things, grow things, knowledge. They're going to get knowledge, I have learned so much over the years, and I find that being an adult learner is like one of the best things. Like seriously, I've learned so much, like, from people. I've learned from myself. I amaze myself, to be honest, on the growth in me. When I look at myself back in my 20s to now, every moving part of my life have developed me into what I am today. I had a lot of great people around me. I've had, people and have people around me that are just always pouring in, to me. And, I have some people that don't pour into me, and I learn from them too. That's the beauty of learning. You learn from people who don't have your best interest in mind, and you learn from people who do have your best interest in mind. So, yeah. I plan on this weekend, guys. I said I'm going to look around. I may not wait till the weekend because, wait till the weekend, I might miss my opportunity. But I want to look around a few cities to look at some land. My sister, she sent me a link, and I don't remember this name of this link. I have to look it up on my phone. But she was telling me about the land that you can buy. You probably need to know about this, guys, that go off to auction. It's like foreclosed land and stuff, and people bid on it. And I'm looking into that too, to where, because I'm gonna get the land first before I get my home. And it's so much moving parts to it. You really got to know what you're doing when you're buying land, because you can buy a piece of land and it don't even be livable. It could be a flood zone. It could be, and you got to make sure you are looking at those restrictions, if any. You can buy a piece of land. Like, if I didn't know what I know about buying land, I could just go buy the first cheap thing I find. And then, remember I told you I want to do a mobile home? Then soon I try to put a mobile home on it, I find out, they tell me, oh, you can't put a mobile home on this, only built structures, or whatever they call it, that you have it built on the land. And then I'll be out of a lot of money. So I've done searching for land. I've done been out of town looking at land with my sister. I've been on the internet, and I've been in town looking at land, and we found out a lot of stuff. Some stuff I just won't even say on here, but we found out a lot of stuff doing research for land, and it ain't fair. It's just funny how people can put a restriction though on the land, and it's like, when I think of buying something from somebody, you are no longer the owner, so you have no ties to it. Not when it comes to land. When it comes to land, they can tell you what to not put on there, what's acceptable, and it's like, wow, think about it. Why is that even a thing and even allowed for somebody to put that on a restriction on your deed? Why can't you? I can see if you're doing it for, like, okay, you're trying to make sure people don't mess up a community by putting a lot of junky type of structures on there and bringing the value down. That's totally understandable. But some of these restrictions, I feel like maybe if you're going to have a restriction, maybe you have a restriction with a clause, like, you can have that mobile device, but it has to be upkept, just like a HOA in a way. You know how they have the rules, but maybe not so hard as a HOA, since you are owning that land. But if it's trying to keep the community clean, that I totally get. But I took a break from looking because it is tiring looking at land. Some people think their land is worth way more than what it really is. People know the value of land now. I'm telling you, I wish my mom knew what I know, like when she was, here. Just because when land was really affordable, she was adult at the time to where maybe she could have got land, but maybe, she just was never interested in it. I don't know. One time I got interested in it, my mom had already passed, so I couldn't ask her any questions. So I'm always talking to my dad about it. And, he tells me everything he knows. And I'm just learning and going from there. So this land search is still happening. I did get some slightly good news about land for me and my family. And I just await on it. I don't want to talk about it too early. I don't want to go into detail too early. You know how they say don't count your eggs for they hatch. So let me just see what that's going to be about. But I do have some developments going that's in a positive light. And who knows? I know that I can taste it. Like, I just can taste it so close. Have you ever wanted something so bad and you just knew, like, I'm getting this. I already know, like, I'm doing this. It's like I get too excited like a kid that's about to get like some ice cream or something. Or something that they wanted so bad, a new toy, and they can't wait to get it. So, yeah. I was supposed to put y'all down, guys. I just be talking y'all ear off. But yeah, as you see, I got a little commute to work. I think I work about, in the morning time, it takes me about an hour to get to work just because traffic. If traffic is good and flowing, I can get to work within 30 minutes. But as you see, when I left the house, it was dark, and now you guys can see me better on the camera. But yeah, I think on the next video, I will be showing you guys me going to some of these properties and just looking at some land, and that way you can kind of see my blueprint of where I'm looking, what type of land I'm looking for. I do have a couple properties that I need to check out and just kind of see how I look in person, because the internet pictures can be the internet pictures, so of course they're gonna have the best angles, and when you go there and actually walk the property, you can tell like if this is something that you can work with, if it's doable. And I am looking for more cleared land because I don't want to have to contract a lot of people to cut down trees. But I know when it's cleared like that, it can be a little costly. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna find me some land that's gonna be cleared where I need to be cleared, and it's not gonna be costly. She talking crazy, right? I'm talking crazy. Like, where you plan on finding this magic land? It's gonna find me. That's what I don't plan on finding. It's gonna find me. It's gonna find me, and then I'm gonna say, I've been waiting on you, land. Where you been? Where you been? So, yeah, that's how this gonna go. And it's December, guys. I've been wanting to make me some vanilla extract. Look, I done jumped from land to vanilla extract. Yes, that's how my mind works. I was looking at this yesterday, and I started like getting some stuff so I can make it, because it takes, they say it takes 3 to 6 months, to really get that deep flavor of your homemade vanilla extract. So I'll do a video of me making it, so that way you guys can see how simple it is. It's just really a patience type of craft, because you have to have patience on the waiting process. And I'm gonna make a few bottles, that way I can give some and then I can have some. I had no idea of what vanilla extract was made out of, and it lets me know that, oh, it was one time that I was purchasing vanilla extract and they asked for my ID. I was like, what you need my ID for? I'm like, I ain't get no alcohol. And it was for the vanilla extract. I was like, what? And apparently, I remember I was telling this to somebody, and they told me that they had like somebody who told them that they knew somebody who was drunk, like always drunk, always just addicted to alcohol, was so addicted to alcohol that they went to get vanilla extract to get their hands on, and they would drink people's vanilla extract out their cabinets. I was like, man, what an addiction to where you would do that. Like, I wouldn't even, my mind don't even know how to think like that. Sometimes I don't even want to know stuff like that. I'm like, I could have went out my life without knowing somebody was drinking vanilla extra or extract or whatever, however you say it. I'm like, I could have went out my life without knowing that. You know how somebody tell you something, you just like, what? I didn't need to know that. But yeah, and it's sad because you just realize what people be going through out here, and I would have lost that game show if there was a question before I knew. Yeah, but all right, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna end this video here. I might pick y'all up a little later. Oh, so healthy journey, healthy lifestyle. I am, man, I tell you, I battle because I like to eat. Who don't like to eat, right? It's a battle. So today I packed me a girl lunch. In my girl lunch I have some celery, just some turkey, and what else I got? I got some cream cheese to go on my celery. I was trying to find my anything but the bagel seasoning in my cabinet, but I was running out of time, so I had to run out of there. I packed this stuff yesterday, but I didn't feel like going to my cabinet because I have like a mini refrigerator in my room, so I was doing it in my room. And what else I put in there? Strawberries. I counted my strawberries. I put like 4 strawberries in there. Some cheese. Counted my cheese. What else? I got some yogurt that I can have for breakfast with some granola. I don't like yogurt, but I'm making myself eat certain things just to get the benefits from them. Sunflowers earlier, my camera it just cut off, and I was almost at work, so I just went on ahead and turned off the video. But as you see, I'm doing one of my favorite adult things right now, which is washing my car, going through the little car wash drive. This is one of my favorite adulting things to do. You know how we have our adult responsibilities? This is like one of my faves that I like. So I think I'm gonna end this video. It was just me coming on here, wanting to say hi to my extended family. Stay tuned because I have something exciting going on for my December live. I will be announcing that. We'll have a giveaway, and we're gonna have fun. I really enjoyed my last live. I had a tip and check where I got to talk to my loyal subscribers, and I met some new ones, and I started following them as well. So, but I'm about to be at this car wash. I'm nearing the end. The sun is shining. So, until next time, I want you to be kind to each other and don't be a stranger. Bye.
Got a vision in my spirit, something steady in my stride. Holding tight to homestead dreams with my family by my side. 1 acre's all I need to let my story unfold. But if life brings me more, I'll receive it with soul. I'm building up